Hey guys, this is Fox, and welcome to Civilization 5, Brand New World. I threatened in another video that I did earlier that this was definitely a series that I wanted to start on here. This is my favorite game, or one of my favorite game series that I've ever played. I started out many years ago, more years than I would like to admit, but I played the original Sid Meier's Civilization back when it first came out, and I have been hooked ever since I was a kid, and I still play it, and in my opinion, it's close. Civilization 4 is awesome for the modding. Civilization 5, especially with this expansion pack, just the graphics and the gameplay, and also with the modding, I think it's just a little bit better. I'm not going to get into Beyond Earth because that was a huge letdown. But anyways, yeah, I am patiently awaiting for the Season 10 premiere of the X-Files, which I think is just a little over 3 hours away. I'm so excited. So yeah, I thought this would be an awesome way to pass the time. That way I wouldn't be all like bored and antsy. So yeah, let's play some Civ 5. I've got a nice cold beer with me, so grab you a beer or a glass of milk or whatever you're inclined to drink, and let's hang out for a little while. I had for this playthrough, I think what I was wanting to do, I've been wanting to do this for a while now, but we're going to load up the True Start map locations for Earth. And I think we're going to play as the Iroquois. So, yeah. That's not right. Custom game is what we want. Alright, let's see what we got here. I had a huge fail a while ago. I was loading up 2 mods at once and I was getting confused and frustrated, and I recorded this really awesome intro, and I hope this one was at least as good, or kind of close to being as good as that one. But yeah, I had to delete it because I figured out that I loaded up too many mods at once. Let's see, 22 civs, large earth, let's do that. Yeah, we'll let it hang out on King. I don't want to embarrass myself. I haven't played on King in a while. Actually, I haven't played Civ 5 in a while. I've been hitting the long dark pretty hard here lately. And City Skylines, which is another video I might think about starting a series with, depending on how the frame rate does. All this stuff looks cool. I never do time. I hate time victory. It seems so cheap. No offense to anyone else that does it that way, but I don't want to win just because it says, hey, you reached this year, here's your score. I want something. I want one of these to happen. Maybe that one, but we'll see. Yeah, this is good, this is good. Just scroll through here real quick. Policy saving's cool. Gotta have barbarians, it makes it hard. We like things to be difficult. Okay, and like I said, we are going to play as Hiawatha. And I think I want to be sure that we have our neighbors, because sometimes, since this is random in North America, you might start out all on your own. So we are going to make sure that we've got some buddies that we can mercilessly kill, trade with at some point. So, where are you, Pocatella? Pocatella. Well, we want the Maya in there. They can hang out down in South America. Somebody needs to be down there. Come on, Pocatella, where are you? Watch it be at the very bottom. Or was I being foolish and passed it already? There you are. I knew you were on here. Yeah, let's do that. That gives us 5. Actually, let's go ahead and add Brazil. Oh, I can't remember the name of the dude. I'll have to search on the other side here. Let's see. Come on, Brazil. Brazil. Oh, Pedro. Pedro the Second. Brazil's a really cool civ to play with. They've got some really cool modifiers. But yeah, this will give us, take care of the Western Hemisphere, and then everything else can be random and we just won't have any clue what's going on. So yeah, let's load this guy up. I'll let you listen to this guy with this awesome voice. He reminds me of the Dos Equis guy.
Greetings, noble Hiawatha, leader of the mighty Iroquois nation.
Don't you just love him whispering in your ear?
Long have your people lived near the great and holy Lake Ontario, in the land that has come to be known as New York State in North America. In the midst of antiquity, the 5 peoples, Seneca, Onondaga, Mohawks, Cayuga, and Oneida, united into one nation, the Haudenosaunee, the Iroquois. With no written language, the wise men of your nation created the Great Law of Peace, the model for many constitutions, including that of the United States. For many years, your people battled great enemies, the Huron and the French and English invaders. Though outnumbered and facing weapons far advanced from the ones your warriors wielded, the Iroquois survived and prospered until they were finally overwhelmed by the mighty armies of the new United States.
Not this time, Washington.
Oh, noble Iowa, listen to the cries of your people. They call out to you to lead them in peace and in war, to rebuild the great longhouse and unite the tribes once again. Will you accept this challenge, great leader? Will you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
We will do our very best, knock off Dos Equis guy. But yeah, real quick here, the Mohawk Warrior, it replaces the normal warrior, or swordsman, excuse me. But yeah, as you can see here, it gets a good... Everything about the Iroquois is based on forest. So this gets a bump when it's fighting in a forest. Longhouse gets extra production from all the worked forest tiles. And then this is a really cool setup here. You don't have to build roads for a really long time, because if there are forest tiles and jungle tiles that are connecting your two cities, then you're good to go. You don't need roads. We got a city-state up here. It's Quebec. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got some deer and some wine. Let's go ahead and slap this guy here on Lake Ontario, Onondaga. Let me set up my, let me get my board set up how I like it here. Alright, we're probably going to meet America really quickly. They should be right down here somewhere. There's some citrus there. Alright. I generally like to start out with either a scout or a monument. This time, just because of the size of the map, I think we're going to do a scout. That way we can let this guy hang out if need be. And I almost always, 9 times out of 10, pottery is the way to go. You get a shrine, you can get your religion starting, so you can try to get a pantheon. Religions can be really powerful in this game, especially in the early game. Yeah, let's go. It's Washington. What's up, buddy?
The people of the United States of America welcome you. Proceed.
Don't know why I'm looking, because we can't do anything, but we met him. And there's DC right there. So yeah, I thought this would be a difficult map and a difficult setup. So I wanted to try it out, and it's kind of got a little bit of it's got some historical, you know, I mean, we're gonna deviate greatly, but you know, there's some historical accuracy to it. So all right, well, we know he's there, so let's sneak off this way. And since we started on King, they have an extra warrior, and I think that's all they get. So, excuse me there, I had to cut out for a second. And he's already trying to block me up. That's not cool. It's fine, we'll go up here. And this soundtrack for this game, for Civilization 5, is probably one of the best soundtracks ever made for a video game. Which, I mean, it's nothing but historical and classical music, so you can't really go wrong. And of course it changes depending on what's going on in the game. If you go to war, it gets all dark and menacing, or if it's kind of like right now, where you're, you know, just kind of at peace and things are going okay, you get this kind of awesome music. So, yeah, let's poke around the Great Lakes here and see what we can find. Hopefully we can get some goodie huts. I don't want to stray too far away. I don't trust Washington. You're protecting Quebec, yeah. Yeah, Washington can be a warmonger on this game, and I guess in a sense, in real life, Americans can be the same way. We can be very militaristic at times. Ooh, 3, that's awesome. Let's go check out Canada. Alright, now we'll work on a monument. And oh, it's gonna work out pretty good. We'll go ahead and let that finish up, and then we'll be able to start on our shrine. Let me make sure I'm not screwing anything up here. 2 food, 2 gold. Let's see, we'll grow in 3, and that'll get done in 8. What if we What if we do this? Let it get done in 7 and we'll grow in 3. We're still making 2 gold. I don't want to lock you though. Production focus. There we go. I don't want to do that. Okay, we're just going to lock him there for now. Hopefully I won't forget that I did that. Alright, let's go have a peek. Here's Chicago. Or what would be Chicago. Hopefully not this time. Hopefully it'll be one of our awesome cities. This is a good spot for a city as it looks so far. We've got a couple of different luxury resources, which helps a lot with happiness. Some furs up here. Really surprised we hadn't found any huts yet. Hopefully I didn't disable it. Early on like this is really kind of all you're doing. You're just kind of taking a peek around, trying to get a bearing of your surroundings. It's too early to be worrying about score. I don't even know why I checked that. Hey, we grew. Awesome. More production. Yeah, we got some barbarians, but we finally found a goodie hut. Should we burn it? Checking that out. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Alright, let's see what he's working. They're really all about the gold, but I really want that production. It's still 12 turns. Either way. But that, well, that's 6. That's 7. We get, I mean, it's not a big difference, but this is what we're gonna do, because we're gonna want to work that anyways when we get a granary and get some huts on there. Not huts, camps. Some camps on there. That'll boost that production value even more. We're gonna ignore you for now. I definitely want that. Well, that doesn't really do us a whole lot of good. I don't really care where that barbarian's at. And it's like... It's it down there. It's like... very southern, like Louisiana. Yeah, because this would be the Mississippi coming down this way. And the Ohio going that way. Don't care. Alright, we will continue to check out that glorious land known as Canada. Ah, such soothing music. Gotta love it. I think what we're gonna do here, I think I'm gonna make a big loop, get the eastern United States, and then come back and hang out, because I really don't want to get too far away from home. In case we run into some barbarian issues, or in case Washington decides to be a total dick and start attacking us. As far as resources go, there's really not much happening right now. The sad thing, or, well, I guess it just depends on what side of the fence you're on here. We only have the one luxury resource, but our friend to the south here has 2 at least, and that might end up being problematic. It's kind of a start bias against us. Alright, hey, there's some whale up there. Cool. Oh, we finished the tech. Awesome. Alright, let's see what we want to do here. We don't need to mess with sailing. We don't have any coastal cities right now. We will need plantation at some point for the wine. Writing is always a strong tech. Camps. Yeah, we might. Normally at this point I go for one of these 2, and I think in this situation we're gonna see if we have any horses and work on getting trapping. That way we can build our camp for our deer. Seems like every game I'm playing here lately revolves around deer. Must be my spirit animal or something. That was a really bad joke, by the way. Since, you know, we're playing as a Native American tribe. I love goodie huts. You can never go wrong with a goodie hut. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Finished at the same time. I usually like to wait until I've got a pop of 4 before I start worrying with a settler. And I think just this is way too early planning out. We might not even be able to do this, but I think we're going to go westward. If we can kind of bottleneck him in, especially through this through the Great Lakes region here, if we can kind of set up shop over here, then eventually he's going to have, if he wants to get into Canada, he's going to have to go all the way around. And hopefully that'll deter him from wanting to settle. But we're going to go with a shrine. And then probably a worker. Oh, and another hut. Okay, we'll go snag that guy, and then we're gonna get home. Let's see what we get here. That's awesome. Calendar. Wow, that's gonna help a lot because when we get that worker now, we can hook up our wine. I think. Oh no, a wine needs a winery, not a plantation. Or is that Civ 4? I'm getting my games confused. We'll find out. Got a map and another goodie hut. Okay, we're gonna be bad and we're gonna go grab that one too. Man, we are hitting the jackpot. Sometimes it's a good thing to have a scout out wandering around, because who the hell knows where Washington's dudes are at? I haven't seen him in a while. Ah. This is one of my favorite animations of all the leaders on this game, just because of the dudes at the end that are all like, woo, that start doing that little, like, trilling holler thing or whatever. Plus, I mean, this looks pretty badass and absolutely terrifying, you know, since he has skulls as part of his decor. But yeah, this is everybody's favorite bloodthirsty asshole, Montezuma. And hopefully him and Pocatello and the United States will be duking it out, and maybe we'll just have to put up with Washington. But we'll see. We might be able to... Do they get... I don't think they get any special movement on hills. So I think if we cut up here, I think we'll be able to beat them to it. Let's see what we get this time. Nothing. That's odd. Okay, well, moving on. There was a hut there, wasn't there, guys? I'll have to check that back when I edit. Because I could have swore I saw a hut there. Maybe it hadn't loaded in or something. Sometimes it does that. It'll show old huts, but then when it gets into view, if somebody's stole it already, it'll just disappear. 80 gold. Awesome. Alright, let's continue westward. There's some silver up there that could come in handy. Okay, my favorite part of the game, social policies. I love this. I'm kind of torn on this map though. Liberty is awesome if you're wanting to expand very rapidly. But I tend to kind of like to take a slow and steady approach and like have my cities really built up very strongly. They're called tall empires. It's where you try to keep it kind of like 5-6 cities, as opposed to a wide empire, which would, you know, be over, you know, 9, 10, or however many you want to have. And if you like to play wide, Liberty typically works well for that. You get a free worker and a free settler, and then it cuts in half how long it takes the build time for a settler. Plus, it's got some other good perks in it. But Liberty gives you that 3 culture in the capital right off the bat, which is really great for getting more social policies. And then you can garrison your units in your cities. There's no maintenance, free culture buildings. I don't know. I really think the tradition has always been the strongest social tenet of this game. So I think this is what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna head down tradition. I don't want to get carried away and expand too quickly, because sorry about that. Somebody's blowing my phone up. If we get too carried away, we'll get overrun. And we don't want to do that. Sometimes it's good to kind of take your time. You gotta strike at the right moment. Okay, as I said a while ago, this dude is totally coming home this time. We're gonna bring him around the coast and over by Florida, take him up by DC, and bring him back to Onondaga? Onondaga? Is that how you say it? Let's check it out. Onondaga, yeah. Oh, speak of Onondaga, we can get some production going. This granary is very tempting, but we're not going to be able to do much without a worker. But even if we build a worker, we'll be able to build a farm. How long is it going to take us to get trapping? So we got 18 turns here. Worker in 10. We could probably build a farm in 5 or so. Let's go ahead and get our improvements started. I'm going to turn my queue on here. Sometimes I like to queue up massive amounts of things. And let me make sure we're still solid here. Yeah, I really want to keep... I don't want to mess with the money yet. I mean, it's okay. We're going to grow soon, and then we'll probably just kind of let the city do its own organic thing. The other bad thing about Washington's, or, you know, America's unique ability on this game is, oh no! Live! Live! He lived. The other awesome, or, well, not awesome thing, unless you're playing as Washington, but he has this special thing called Manifest Destiny, where you can buy land tiles around you at half the price. It's supposed to kind of simulate the fact that when America expanded, it was like, boom, 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 you know, we went all the way to California, and, you know, in a span of 70 years, well, not even 70 years, really more like 45, 50 years. So that's kind of supposed to mirror that in a way. So that can be problematic when you're right next door to him, because if he gets enough money, he'll just start snatching shit up left and right and not leave anything for anybody. Speak of the devil. Alright, let's go this way. We'll head down toward Texas and the Rio Grande. Run away! Run away! Oh, sweet! Let's see, look how much that came in handy. We already have another social policy. So, what do we want to do here? That doesn't do us any good right now. But this opens up a lot of options. This is very powerful, this 10% growth in the capital. I mean, that's a very powerful hit. So, we can leave that off and go this way. It's not going to help us either, but it'll get us closer to legalism, which we'll get in 10 turns. It's not bad at all. 3 social policies by turn 28. I cannot complain about that one bit. Alright, hey, there's that other warrior. So he's probably already hit up... Oh, is it Pocatella? It is, it's Pocatella.
Chief Pocatello.
What's up, dude?
Inaen hanibidena. Ne wasogo bahandi.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but cool. It's nice to meet you. I like the little eagle flying in the background. That's cool. Okay. Let's snag our goodie hut. Oh, sweet. A population increase. Still fine on happiness. We might want to let this guy heal soon, just to make sure he doesn't die, because he's doing awesome things for us. Well, let's see. That gets us up to 3. We're still working growth tiles. Now is definitely when we need to hit this guy. This is not the most ideal start in the world, but it's not bad. You know, we're getting a couple of food without having to do anything, plus a production. And once we improve these things, it's going to help drastically. But we will definitely need a granary, because we're kind of limited on our freshwater options, so we're going to have some issues with food. You know, this is all very hilly and foresty, but that's cool. We'll worry about that when we need to worry about it. So yeah, we're totally going to go for trapping. We're about to pick up animal husbandry. And then we'll be able to build camps where we can capture our deer.
About
Far more easier than it was in the long dark. Where are you? There you are. Is that Pocatello? Yeah, Shoshone. Let's just cut over here. We're going to come right by that freaking barbarian hut. It's Pocatello, hanging out here out west.
Is the following trade of interest to you?
Should we be buddies with Washington? It is so super early in this game right now. I think we should be. He's next door. He's not being a dick yet. If need be, I mean, we'll this is going to change a million times. We'll probably end up going to war just because we're next to each other. I mean, it's probably going to happen at some point. He's going to get mad at me if I start settling too close to him, and then I'm going to get pissed if he starts spying on me. It's only a matter of time. Alright, this is why I wanted to bring back our warrior. It doesn't matter right now because we don't have anything improved, so worst case scenario, he's just going to attack our city, and we'll be able to fend him off long enough. But if we had a worker out here and had improvements, we'd have to bring the worker back in the city, and then this asshole would tear up our shit, and then we'd have to come and kill him and then rebuild it, and it's just not cool. It's a waste of time and resources. I'd rather just have a warrior hanging out. We might go around this barbarian encampment. This dude might get 86, but I think Pathfinders are pretty strong for scouts. It's the equivalent of a scout. So. Oh. Ah, friends until the end. Look at that teamwork. We might get to take him out. Get some of that experience point. Oh, shit. Goddess of the Hunt. Oh, that's the one that really we needed, in a way. Or, well, it depends on what some of the other ones were, but we were going to have at least 2 camps. Not to mention whatever else we end up with. Because I got a feeling that we're probably going to end up pushing up into Canada. This is going to be really crowded and very heated down here in the good old US of A, so let's go this way. We might get in a little fight here. Oh, we'll worry about that. At least, let's see, we got to get up to 20. We should get a Pantheon, no problem. Oh, we expanded. We took some shit from Washington. Awesome. Die! And he's dead. This video is probably going to run a lot longer than my normal ones, just because of civilization, and this is an epic game, so a 20-minute video, or thereabouts, just doesn't seem to cut it. So we're going to let this run a little longer. We're just hanging out and drinking beer anyways, waiting on the X-Files, right? So. For some reason he didn't want to attack me, and I'm not going to complain. That's a great start for him, right next to a natural wonder. What does that do? 2 science and 3 happiness. That's a good start for him. Might have to keep that in mind if we get into a warring kind of mood after a while. I never like to decide how I'm gonna win a game before the game even begins. And I know this is a true start location map, so we all have a vague idea of where everybody's gonna be. Well, actually not a vague idea, because I was a geography major, so this is kind of my thing. But, I don't like to set out and say, I'm gonna win a cultural victory, because you don't know. You know, you don't know how the map's gonna treat you, and how the AI is gonna act around you, and there's a lot of stuff you just don't know. So, it's best to hold off and just see what the map gives you. Whatever the map and the game gives you, adjust and adapt to it. And of course that asshole has the most pointiest sticks. I like that one. Alberti. And we're probably last. Yeah, I usually tend to be last. So, where's Washington? Washington had at least 3 units. I saw 2 warriors and a scout. So, yep, I'm always last at the beginning. Never fails. Should we, well, while we're down here, let's go ahead and check out Florida. Vancouver. Head up through British Columbia toward the Yukon here. I don't think we can get into Alaska from this side of the map. I think it is accessible by sea only. You can't cross mountains with these units. You can with helicopters, and there's some special units you can do it with, but you can't with just normal units. So, which makes sense, because I mean, in real life, you know, you can get to Alaska from the Yukon, but I mean, you gotta cross the fucking Rocky Mountains. It's no small feat. Frame rate's trying to freak out on me here. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's see if it tries to stabilize. I totally turned everything off in the background, so don't know why it's deciding to freak out on me. But that's cool. We'll muscle through. Alright, let's go ahead and... Well, let's go ahead and pop down here. Whoa, at all the coastal resources. Be a nice spot for a city. It's not going to be ours, though. Yeah, see, I thought this was the case. We're pretty much cock-blocked by the Rockies here. And I don't want to piss off Vancouver yet, so we'll head up north. Hey, we finally got our worker. Okay, it is a plantation. Okay, I was confusing it. In Civilization 4, you have to build an actual winery, which is a different tech than what gives you a plantation. So, a plantation, and it's just going to make us happy. Let's pull up the old trusty Civilopedia here and see what a camp gives us. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it gives you access, but this is not what I need. We need resources. Deer. Yeah, +1. Okay, this is what I want. Does it really not tell you what it does? Okay, screw it. We'll just find out on our own. I can't remember. I think it's one production, actually. So let's do it this way. Oh, we don't have trapping yet. Yeah, 1 production. Well, that was dumb. Oh, they work as roads. I forgot about that. Okay, well, it worked out. We wouldn't have been able to work it on that time, that turn anyways. Hey, we're at 4 with no military. Should we bust out a settler? Alright. Let's build a warrior, and then we'll queue up a settler. 18 turns for all that is not bad at all. Not bad at all. I just don't want to get... I don't want to get too risky here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to wander this way. There's a lot of good resources over here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So that's as far out as it'll be able to reach. 1, 2... So... Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3... If you're wondering why I'm counting, your citizens can work a 3-ring area around the city. So if this is where your city's at, your citizens could work out to here. Your borders can expand out farther, but you wouldn't be able to work that dude. But yeah, this would give us cotton, some more deer, marble, truffle. Okay, this is a priority now. We're going to take a chance. I do not want to lose that spot. And we are totally going to blast a settler out. And when we bring our warrior up, we'll bring him up this way, finish out the map, and let him hang out. And then when this new warrior pops in, we'll let him hang out in Onondaga. I think that'll work pretty well. Sorry again about the frame rate crashing, guys. I'm not sure why it likes to do that every now and then. Seems like it just randomly says, nope, I'm done. Turn me off, stop recording. But we're not going to stop. I think I'm going to shoot for about 45 minutes of video. I think that seems like a good length for Civilization. Cut the grids off here. Was that a policy? That was a policy noise I heard. Cool. Alright, we'll come back up this way. Make our way up. We should get up to the Great Lakes before our fella gets there. Let's keep checking out the Great White North. Sweet! Those Canadians. Such a friendly group of people. Build that plantation there. That'll give us a little extra dough and some happiness. Do we need to be changing anything? No, we're still good. Eventually, when we get enough people, I'll unlock these guys, and just for the sake of not micromanaging and letting the gameplay go a little faster. Damn it. This is a 25 now? 30. Crap. Might not get a Pantheon. Okay, we have a monument here, but what this will do is give us an amphitheater, I believe, is the next one up. But yeah, we're gonna continue down this path. No turning back. We're getting some pretty good expansion of our borders here. I was kind of impressed by this. Let's see. Another pantheon. Culture from plantations. That would have done us no good whatsoever. Maybe we'll have something that has to do with forests, because, yeah. That's what we have in abundance. Forest and deer. Frame rate crash. Hopefully it won't be that bad in the playback. I'm hoping it won't be choppy. We are kind of jumping all over the map too, so maybe you guys won't be able to notice it, and I shouldn't have been talking about it. What did you give me? Not a damn thing. Well, that sucks. I guess once we get Canada explored pretty well, because like I said, I have a feeling that I've got a feeling that Washington's gonna do this number, Pocatello's gonna do this number, and Montezuma always comes up because you can't get from Mexico to South America by land. There's one mountain tile in your way, and there's not really a lot of room below Tenochtitlan, I believe is the name of the Aztec capital city. But yeah, so they usually all end up converging here. So we might just go whoop. we just might try to avoid that altogether, or not. Who knows? Pocatello might hop up in Canada and be all up in our business. Come on, frame rate. All the way down to 1. Nice. Oh, we're doing a little better now. I might need to turn on quick movement and turn off animation. Animations might be messing it up. Let's see if that helps. Options. What is it? Oh, game options. Where'd you go? Single player, quick movement. Yeah. Well, we don't want to mess with that then. Wow, I got the graphics cranked way up. We might have to knock that back a little bit. But let's see if this helps, this quick movement. That'd definitely speed things up a little bit instead of you guys having to watch them trudge around. Because it looks the same for the rest of the game, I promise you. Salt. Salt's a very powerful resource. We're kind of slim, honestly, on some of the resources around here. Kind of surprised. Which it might just be this map in general. The entire world map might just be the same thing. What happened to our dude? Oh, I was just talking a lot. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I hit I thought I hit next. Yeah, there's the Mississippi and the Appalachian Mountains. So the great state of Tennessee would be hanging out right in here.
Even brute beasts and want.
That's what was doing it too. Anytime it's got to load stuff, it's gonna freak out. All right. Oh yeah, I think that made a huge difference. All right, let's well, that is the Arctic. So that might be the northern extent of the map. Ah, shit. Run away! Okay, what are we gonna check out now? We don't... That does us no good right now. Gotta have masonry for that. We're good here, we're good here, Okay, let's, I tend to play kind of defensively in the early eras. I'm much more of a late game player. I love the late game way more than I do the early stages. So let's get some archers going, and then we can try to see if we can find some iron. Definitely going to need some iron because our unique unit is a swordsman, and that will there is a different swordsman, but it does still require a unit of iron. So we might want to get to bronze working as quickly as we can after we take care of archery, just to see if we got any iron local. Because if not, that would at least put us at a disadvantage to our unit, our unique unit at least. Why can't I move you? All right, moving on. What's up, Pocatello? We just about got Canada knocked out. Get this last spot here, and then we'll head back down west. Or to the western United States, at least. And then wander down to Mexico, and then I'll probably just automate this guy and let him fill in all the little edges that I skipped. Yeah, this is why I wanted to get out a settler as quickly as I can. This doesn't kill us. 1, 2, 3. It cuts off the cotton, but this will still give us access to 3 unique resources that we do not have. And we might be able to steal this deer. How far were we from getting a settler? Nah, we're still 6 turns. I wonder if Washington took the Liberty track. Oh, how do I check that? I haven't done that in a while. Where is that? Let's see, victory progress. Oh, derp. Global politics, I think. He took tradition. Okay. Well. Alright, well there's not a damn thing we can do about it. But he did effectively, well, he cut us off very well. So I'm just going to automate this guy. We don't have open borders, we can't do that. I'm going to automate this guy over here, if the game doesn't crash. And as soon as we can, we might run this one a little over 45 minutes, because I want to be damn sure. Let's go ahead and get a farm going, and then we'll work on our deer. I want to be damn sure we get that settler over there. Man, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew something would fall through like that, but that's okay. It's still going to give us access to a lot of really great tiles. And we'll be a little better spread out than he is, so we can be able to utilize our tiles a little better. We might end up rush buying down to the deer, and well, there's a good chance he'll probably beat us to that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got at least 4 unique resources. This will also give us 4. Yeah, so this is pivotal. No question. No question. It's a barbarian. Kill him so he doesn't get all up in my business. Good thing about the forest here in our own territory, we'll be able to use that as a road. If we can get I'm sitting here pointing at the screen like you guys can see me, but if we get our borders connected right here between the two, no road required. They'll be connected. And that'll give us a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but, you know, extra money. Extra money's better than no money, right? There's some salt up here, too. This will kind of keep us with our Canada gameplay idea, or at least the idea that I had. Is that fish? Yeah, that's fish. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Barbarian's almost dead. These cities kind of suck at the beginning for bombardment. Shit, we might not get a Pantheon. Is that the 4th one? God, 45. Yeah, we might be without a religion, which is something I have not done in Civilization 5 in a long, long time. I almost always end up with a religion. And I usually end up... oh, sweet! And I usually end up maxing out all of the extra benefits that you can get. But It doesn't look like that's gonna happen this time. What's up,
Is
dude?
the following trade of interest to you?
So he wants to put an embassy in my capital. And he'll give me a gold per turn? I like that deal. Yeah.
Very well.
We can pay him back later on to take ours. We know where he's at, so I'm not concerned. I probably wouldn't have done that with like the Aztecs or Pocatello, just because I don't know exactly where they're. Well, we know where Pocatello's capital is at, but we can't see it as well as we can the Americans. Sweet archery. Let's go ahead and choose our tech here. I think we're gonna steamroll. Well, oh crap. This is where I always have trouble deciding. Okay, I changed my mind again. We're gonna get writing so we can try to get a library up somewhere. Gotta get the city out. Snag that bitch. Oh. Thanks for nothing. Really. Well, we got some barbarians hanging out, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna head down south. Can't get over here anywhere, so let's just, there's a barbarian there too. Well, let's start by just going here, and then we'll go from there. This was kind of a smart move too by Washington, because he's effectively cutting us off from the East Coast. Because now we can't head down this way to get any of these resources. So, but in a sense, I mean, we're about to do the same thing to him. We're basically about to cut each other off. He's not going to be able to head up into Canada, and I'm not going to be able to head down south. This is kind of how I was planning. This was, in a way, what I was wanting to happen. I wish it wouldn't have happened so quickly, so I could have snagged up that cotton. But we can always, well, I don't know. Did he spam? No. Oh, he gets, like, super border growth. We might be able to snag a city over here. God, the cotton. I don't know. We'll see. I'm planning way too far ahead. I shouldn't be doing that. I really want to get the settler over there before I cut this game out. I think that'll be a good spot for us to take a break. Kind of kick back for a minute, grab another beer. Check the frame rate situation here. Crazy. Awesome. Everybody pray that there is not a barbarian over here. I'm taking a huge chance. Okay, we're good so far. Go up that way. Ooh, and it can't. Okay. Alright, we don't have to worry about roads because of our special unique ability. But let's connect our, is it T? What's that hotkey? H. Damn, always forget. T's for town. Or trading post, excuse me. Yeah, we'll get our deer hooked up. This is okay. This is still good growth. Production's not the best in the world. What if we... Oh, that's 3 gold. Be in the negative. Well, we can't do that. Go back to where you were. 13. That's not going to work. I should know. We're going to get some camps, and that's going to give us 2 more production hammers. So, that'll come in handy per turn. Once we get them both set up. Hey, the frame rate got happy. Yay. Okay. Everybody pray. Alright, we're good. We're gonna be good unless somebody sneaks out of nowhere and snags our guy. Shit, we are not gonna get a Pantheon. Man, that's unfortunate. Alright, I had to cut out there for a second. We'll let our warrior hang out. Since that's where we're gonna plop our city. Let's make sure we're good. 1, 2, 3. So it's not the best use of land on this side, but we'd be too far away over here, and I don't want to get that far away. And I want that damn deer. We can buy it right off the bat. Just bam! And then we'll expand to these guys in no time. We'll have some access to some fresh water. Yeah, this is definitely ideal. Should I let this guy heal? Well, probably should have. I'll have to burn one crossing the river, so we might be okay. Come on, go after that American dude. I saw him over here. Wow. Brave. He lives! Oh, that was a new spawn. Okay, and now we run away. Definitely gonna have to heal him now. Alright, I'm feeling much better now that we're getting the city out. Much, much better. Okay. Ooh. Unhappiness is not an issue right now. Neither is gold is not a problem either. We need the food, for sure. Man, I was really wanting to get a religion in this series. That way we could get, is it swords into plowshares, I think? There's an ability, no, fertility rights. It gives you like a 10 or 15% boost in food production empire-wide. And then you can get another one that's called swords into plowshares, which gives you the same boost when you're at peace. And you talk about getting some serious population when you do that. You gotta watch your happiness a little bit, but, I mean, you gotta have people. Alright, let's slap down, what is that, Osinka? Osenica. Oh, Osenica. I've heard of that before. I think it's like a town in New York somewhere. We got our garrison, so check it out. We're making a little money. Run away, run away! And let's do... typically do... Oh, we get a free monument. Okay, we can jump straight into a shrine. Alright. Let's see about buying some tiles. We're going to expand here, and that's going to be fine. I'm thinking that we get the deer for sure. Really wish I knew what was down there. I'm going to send our warrior out just to peek. Do we be a real dick? I think we be a real dick. You know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because he's gonna get mad regardless. 1 tile or 10 tiles, he's gonna bitch. But now we're just gonna have to make sure that we do not buy any more tiles next to him if he bitches at us, because then we'll get a penalty and we'll be all pissy. But yeah, I think we'll cut this episode here, take a little break. We've been playing for about 50 minutes solid now, and yeah, I need to get up and wander around for a little bit. But yeah, I think we got a pretty good start here. We got 2 cities, you know. We're staying on par with our rival down here. Score-wise, where are we at? Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take second right now. So yeah, we're checking things out. This is pretty much a stock early Civ game. This is how most of them tend to go at the beginning. You know, it's lots of exploration and trying to snatch up land as quickly as you can before the other guys get it. But not getting too carried away because they need to get overrun by that asshole Montezuma, because he's a warmongering, bloodthirsting guy that loves to attack people at the whim. But yeah, let's cut this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to get another one up to you here soon. Take care.